So I'm going to go back to my transactions menu here and to my sales invoice. So it's just the one invoice. Using the 3 vertical dots on the right-hand side, I can now send the email to John Smith. So clicking on to send email, I haven't actually typed his email address yet into the system when I created him. So I'm going to have to pop in the email address there for John Smith. If I had actually created that, then it will obviously bring it through. I can show you how to do that by just editing John Smith here now. So I'm going to go into my invoice because it's easier, or I can click onto the customer and I'm going to edit John Smith's details. So by editing these now, I can pop in an email address. So I'm just going to take my standard Tracy Russell at Scribe Accounts because mine is a test account. Clicking on to save, that's updated that immediately. So if I now still want to go back into here and send this email, we can see that the address that I now typed in is in the to box. You can CC or blind CC anybody that you want to. It's going to reply to the last person that you used as set up in the database, but you can obviously choose any of the users that you want here for that reply to email. We'll also look in a moment where we customize the footer of the invoices and purchase orders, where you can set what that email address is going to be. But choose who the reply to invoice is coming to, because obviously when these emails go out, they're actually being sent via Scribe, so the customer needs to know who they can actually reply to. You have templates for the emails set up already. So this one here is invoice send. It's the system invoice send template. And it's just sort of saying, dear customer, please find attached your invoice. Now we can preview what this looks like so that we can actually see what it looks like before we send it. So here it's coming from Scribe Parish Council, invoice number 139 for £30. So dear John Smith, please find attached your invoice. Any questions, let us know. So that's the system ones. We can also go in to create our own ones. So I'm going to show you how to do those within the templates in a moment, but we've got a drop down list here and we can see that we've got a send one, which is a system generated one, a reminder, a payment, and I've also got an invoice send here, which I've called SPC for Scribe Parish Council. So using that one, I've customized this one already. So I popped another logo in it and possibly some other details. You can also edit just the individual one here if you want to as well. So if I actually wanted to personalize this, I could have kind regards in there, and you can obviously pop in your name. And obviously your position there if you want to as well. So any information that you want to, just the individual one, you can pop there. We can preview it again and see that it looks slightly different this time because I've obviously personalized that and used a different template. So once I'm happy with that, I can then send the email. It's already attaching a copy of this invoice that's there. And if I wanted to attach any other files, then I can obviously choose additional files to send with that as well. So I'm going to send that email, and that's now sent that invoice through to my customer. So that's adding those ones. We're now going to take a look at sending invoices in bulk. So if I go back to my sales invoices, we've got those, the one that I sent here, but let's say for argument's sake, I've just sort of done all of my dozen allotment fees for the year and I want to send them all together. So this time, rather than using the 3 vertical dots on the right-hand side and send an email, to do a bulk email send, I'm going to use the actions button in the top right-hand corner. And this time I'm going to click on to send email. So sending this email now, I've got the ability to actually tick all of the boxes for all of the invoices that I want to be sent in bulk. Now, if you've already applied a filter on your list view, possibly, invoices with a start date of June and July, or, going off for just those that say allotment fees, you can obviously filter that list before you come to actually send them in bulk. Using the grey bar that comes across the top with all of the names for the columns, you could then, if you wanted to send them all because you'd already pre-filtered your list, click onto the all box at the top. Alternatively, you can just choose the individual ones that you want to send out. When you send the emails this time, the 2 is saying to a recipient list because it's obviously multiple, it's more than one. Still got the ability to change that template if you want to. You can still preview it if you want to, but once you're happy with it, by clicking onto OK and sending, it's going to send it to all of those recipients in one go. So those emails have been processed. All of those ones have now been sent, and it's taken me back to my standard sales list of invoices that I've